Good evening, you're watching Estuary News. Coming up, we take a look at a service that helps people with problems on Grimsby's East Marsh. We have another canine looking for a home in Dog of the Week. And my guest tonight is Peggy Elliott from Freshly Forward, talking about the forthcoming Fun Day. Welcome to Estuary News. I'm Emma Lingard. Now it's over to Dan Kemp for the news headlines.
Hello there. GCSE results are up across our area. The head teacher of the Thomas Ferrens Academy in Hull believes her students' results may well be the highest improvement in grades across the country, and she's delighted with the news.
Last year the results were 16% of students gained 5A star to C, including English, Maths and third GCSE. That's risen to 44% this year. So the students over 10 months have achieved so much, and we've been supported by parents, the staff have worked really hard, and today is just a day of celebration.
The children seem quite astonished, and I've just said to them, don't be surprised. I've done really well, I'm better than I thought. And I said, don't say that. Why would it be better than you thought? If you work hard and you're committed and you get support at school and at home, kids in Hull will do better.
The East Riding of Yorkshire councillors announced it's to be a principal backer of Hull's City of Culture. The partnership recognises the impact the title will have on the area for tourism. With 500 days to go until the start of the year, the partnership will deliver a £1 million package of funding and support. A new service to help smokers quit is to be launched in North East Lincolnshire. The initiative is between Grimsby Hospital and the local authority and allows those wishing to stop to pop along for advice and help. The service launches this Monday in the A&E seminar room. Grimsby-based charity says the East Marsh doesn't deserve its bad press. The Open Doors Centre has been based in the East Marsh for 8 years and has seen all the bad press in the area gets due to programmes like Skint. The charity's operations manager Robert Batty says that people on the estate are more than willing to change the area's image.
And I've seen over the last 10 years that this area get a lot better, the housing standards getting better, education needs, jobs. It's really coming sort of through the other way now, and I think the reputation is a lot worse than actually it has been over the years. And we're seeing it on a day-to-day basis. People are changing their lives and making their lives a lot better.
And Briggs celebrates 15 years of its farmers market this weekend. The market began in 2000 and has grown over the years. Local producers will be there Saturday, selling a range of products from bread to fresh fish and meat. That's all for now. You can contact us on news@estuary.tv or call 01472 31 553. Bye for now.
Like all areas, the East Marsh has its fair share of problems, and the Open Doors Centre has been at the heart of helping to sort those issues out. Most are often caused by deprivation or drug and alcohol problems. The charity says the negative press the area constantly receives makes people more determined to change their lives, as we went to find out.
It's a charity at the heart of the community. The Open Door Centre has been at the heart of Grimsby's East Marsh for the last 8 years, but what exactly does it do?
We're a health and social care, which is a nurse-led service for those that work and live within the East Marsh. We're here to set up to work with the most vulnerable people. So we have different people from different ways of life, different countries, and those that are just going through hardship during the year, just like anybody else. Sometimes they need that extra support, so we've got able to offer that here.
The East Marsh is known as a deprived area, being named as the worst place to live in the country. The Open Door Centre realised this and aimed to help the residents of the area.
East Marsh is one of the worst places to live within the UK. That's for deprivation, teenage pregnancy, unemployment and housing. So we've set up in this area to try and give people that worth of living in the East Marsh and give them options and education, training to try and bring their aspirations higher and to make the neighbourhood a better place.
Some of the important work the centre does involves other charities, the health service and the local authorities. The centre helps people who are particularly deprived or have alcohol and drug problems, and Robert says that this multi-agency approach benefits everyone in the long run.
There's lots of organisations out there that we work along with. There's 22 different organisations that work outside this building, so it's a good multi-agency working to try and make people understand that when they come into the building they can access a wide range of services. That way it's a lot quicker, the process is a lot quicker to get through the systems, and hopefully when those people have got the drive to do something, everything's all under one roof and we're not missing any of these people and they're not falling through the gaps.
Running the centre, Rob sees all manner of people from the East Marsh and is at the centre of the local community. He's aware of the problems the area has and its negative press. The centre believes that helping people is the key to changing this image and that the people of the East Marsh are willing to take the offer of help.
I've worked in this area for 10 years now, and it's one of the most diverse areas that I've worked in. People have a great sense of community in this area, and I've seen over the last 10 years that this area get a lot better. The housing standards getting better, education needs, jobs. It's really coming sort of through the other way now, and I think the reputation is a lot worse than actually it has been over the years. And we're seeing it on a day-to-day basis. People are changing their lives and making their lives a lot better, whether it's the youngsters going away to university or staying, doing apprenticeships and placements, volunteering. There is a real drive in this area for people to try and do better within their lifestyle.
You're watching Estuary News. Coming up later, we find another poocher home in Dog of the Week. And Dan Kemp will bring you all the latest sports news. For 10 years, Freshney Forward have been working tirelessly in the Freshney Ward part of Grimsby for the community. Joining me to tell us about their work and their forthcoming fun day is Peggy Elliott, chairwoman of the group. Welcome, Peggy, to the studio. We haven't seen you for ages, I have to say, since you were the mayor. It's nice to have you back.
It's nice to be back.
Before we talk about the fun day, just explain to me, you've been involved with Freshney Forward, haven't you, from the beginning? So why was it set up?
It was set up to allow residents to have a voice, a stronger voice, on issues that affect their lives, right. Just a general knowledge for residents to be able to take part in community life.
Okay, and that's an important aspect, isn't it, of any community?
Yes, I believe so.
To have that voice,
yes.
Isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. So, apart from yourself, who else is actually involved with the group?
Oh, we are a set group, which is the chair, the vice chair, secretary, and so forth. But all other members come from the residents.
Okay.
And of course, we've grown in size, and now we have our churches have joined us.
Right.
Our schools are all involved with us. Our children's centre, our towers, Tenants and Residents Association is part of it. It really is a coming together of the whole community.
It sounds like in your part of North East Lincolnshire that you've managed to bring those groups together, because I think some people can act alone, can't they, at times?
Yes, I think we've done very well in bringing the whole of the community together.
And for those that don't know, just explain to me which parts of Grimsby does the Freshney Ward encompass then? Where do you go from?
Yes, Freshney Ward is Greatcoats, Aylesby Park, Wyberswood and the Willows.
Which, for anybody that knows that area, it is quite a large area, isn't it? It then, is. That
very
you do
diverse,
cover.
Very large area, yes.
And of course you've got the River Freshney.
Absolutely, on our doorstep.
You have, haven't you?
Yes.
So, how then, you know, from what you do as a group, and you say you've got obviously the church, the schools, the residents coming together, how do the community benefit them from what Freshney Forward does?
Well, I think we take on issues that perhaps individually we wouldn't take on.
Okay.
And so, though we take on any issues, any resident can come, and quite a lot do, just the one occasion to perhaps tell us that there is a problem, that they need sorting out.
Yeah.
But other than that, the larger issues like the flooding, we've had 2 lots of flooding.
Yes.
We've had a threatened closure of John Whitgift Academy.
Yes. Yeah.
and them kind of larger issues are better done at a
Together,
group
aren't they?
level.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to stop that there, but we're going to come back to you and we're going to talk more about what the group does, but also about this fun day.
Okay.
Now it's time for Dog of the Week. Can you give this lovable canine a home?
Dog number 64, actually called Junior. He is chipped, born 2013. Did come into us with a very bad flea allergy, but it's now been corrected by the vets. Hair all growing back nicely, and a very, very friendly dog.
Now, still with me in the studio is Peggy Elliott, and we've been talking about the community group Freshly Forward. Peggy, we were just talking there about obviously the ways that the community has benefited.
Yeah.
How is the group funded? I mean, how do you work? Do you raise funds
Yes,
to do
we do.
things?
We're self-funded.
Okay.
Yes, we do fundraisers. We've been very fortunate in the past that we've been supported well by North East Links Council through the ward funding scheme.
Yes.
And we apply to all sorts of different funding agencies, and we work through that way.
Yeah.
And we're always have been self-funded.
Okay, because you know you've got this fun day coming up on Sunday,
Yes.
haven't you? What is that all about then?
Well, it's an annual event. We've been doing it for 7 years now, and it's just started off to sort of, as I said, Freshney Ward is quite a diverse ward,
Yes.
and we wanted to bring everybody together, and it didn't matter whether the children didn't have a lot of money to spend or not. We wanted them to come and be on equal par, and the children to more or less have a free afternoon of fun.
Right.
And the parents to have a free afternoon of sitting, drinking tea and coffee and cakes and chatting among neighbours and getting to know neighbours new and catching up with neighbours.
Social element, isn't it, which is a key to this.
Yeah.
So just explain to us then, whereabouts is it being held?
It's being held at the Bishop Edward Centre, which is adjacent to Wingate Parade, the shopping precinct on the Willows. And at the side of the Bishop Edward Centre is the community gardens.
Right.
That is owned by the community. It's the land is owned by the Bishop Edward, but the gardens themselves was done through funding, and they're owned by the community. So there is a nice large area to be able to have all the bouncy castles and stalls and things, and it gives us plenty of room to be able to organise the event.
So lots of entertainment going on. And we've just seen a report there from Open Door on the East Marsh saying that I know this is something which was close to your heart when you were mayor, the amount of negativity sometimes the town received.
Yes.
For you, what makes the Freshney Ward so special? Now I've stumped you there.
Yes, you have. I've got to think about this one. It is special. It's home.
Yeah.
It's been my home for 46 years. The people are wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful people. And also where we are, we're not in town, but we're 10 minutes from town.
Yeah.
And again, we're 10 minutes and we're in the country.
That's it.
So I think actually where we're situated is a nice area. And it's one of the things that attracted us to buy a house on the Willows. And we've been happy there ever since.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, this is it. It's your time of mayor. We were talking about this before we went to camera. You were busy as mayor.
Yes.
And
very.
I mean, obviously you're active and you have been for 10 years with Freshly Forward. Are you still enjoying things as much?
Oh, yes. Yes, of course. I'll always be active because it's me.
Yeah.
I have to be involved. Somebody just has to say something, and I'm thinking, no, that can't be right. It should be done that way. And I'm in there, and so it's just part of my makeup.
Which is
that
brilliant, isn't it?
I've always been active within the community, even before I was a councillor. If there was a meeting going on, or I was in the front row.
Yeah,
so,
you were there.
yes.
Brilliant. Oh, well, thank you ever so much for coming in. And just to remind people on that, the fun day is on Sunday, 23rd of August from 12 till 4 at the Bishop Edwards Centre, which is next to Wingate
From 12 that time.
Parade. And you've got a little poster
Yes,
there with
lots
all
of
the
free
fun
things,
and activity.
Free ice creams, bouncy castles, face painting.
So get down there.
Lots of nice things. Have a fun day.
Thank you. With me now in the studio to discuss what's happening in today's news is Dan Kemp. Dan, GCSE Results Day. You've been out there today in Hull, haven't you?
Yes, I've been in Hull today at Thomas Ferrens Academy, which you've
Are
been
there
able to
lots
see in
of
the bulletin.
excited children?
At Thomas Ferrens Academy, there were a lot of excited children, and understandably, last year they got 16% A-star to C pass rate, which obviously isn't fantastic.
No.
Whereas this year they've had 44%, and the head teacher that I spoke to said she believed it was the highest increase in the country. Still,
so it's a big improvement for the school, isn't
yes,
it?
Absolutely massive.
Which is a good thing.
And they're also going into partnership with Sirius Academy from September as well to hopefully push that on. I did ask her what her target was for next year, but she said she wouldn't say it on camera.
But I think looking from some of the stories overall, it's been good, hasn't it, for results in the
there's
in
been
the whole
there's
of our
been a
broadcast
good
area.
mix of results in our area. They've all been fairly positive. I think nationally the A-star rate's actually gone down by 0.1%,
Right.
which is slightly a bit of a shame for everyone else, but not for us. We don't mind because here we've picked it up.
Okay, so have you got any statistics for us?
Well, there's
at all?
one student here that I was impressed with, Chloe Brack of Market Raisins Deaston School. That's the one that I just picked out. Got 7 A-stars and 1 A, with an A at AS level as well.
Hey.
So not only is she outsmarting everyone else in her year, but she's also getting on with the rest of her school time as well, which is something I could have only dreamt of, I think. And thankfully I don't have to go back into that. No. Well, you contributed.
Any other good stories from the GCSE results?
Yes, there's all the papers today have been printing off vast reams of GCSE results. Healing School, they've celebrated excellent results. 71% there have received 5 or more A-star to Cs, which include English and Maths. Of course, that's the kind of benchmark nowadays. Everyone wants English and Maths at A-star to C.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't it this year that earlier the GCSE Maths paper had been touted as being quite a difficult one?
Yeah, I think
Wasn't
it was this year.
it
Yeah, that was this year, I think.
So obviously they're seeing some excellent results in maths anyway.
Oh, so they should as well. I know my results in maths weren't outstanding, but
no, neither were mine.
No.
Not my strong point was maths.
And students at Cleethorpes Academy, they've also achieved high grades. This is in the Grimsby Telegraph. They've got 71% as well.
Okay, so again, another good
That's
result
brilliant,
there.
yes.
So that's good. And of course, this year, isn't it? It's the first year that students have got to stay in education to the age of 18.
We've got to stay in education to the age of 18. I think that can be vocational as well as in the traditional kind of sixth form college route. But again, it's more students staying longer.
Moving on then, what else have you uncovered today?
Yeah, this is that more student residences, should I say, are going to be built in Hull or near the Lord Lyon building.
Oh, right, okay, which has been in the news because of the future of that. So what's being developed there?
Well, they're looking to build 1,200 accommodation for 1,200 students on the dock, but the Lord Lyon building is going to stay under the plans by Manor Properties, who currently own the site, which I believe they own all the site apart from the building itself.
Okay.
And I think it goes right the way up to the Mr. Chu's Chinese restaurant as well.
Right.
So they've got the intention there on the old dock in West Hull to put the new development, and it's Hull City Council's planning committee granted permission back in 2012 apparently for that.
Okay, so this is for student accommodation, so presumably students that are going to the university.
That's exactly what I would have taken from this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So yeah, another interesting bit of redevelopment that the city needs, and the work concerns over a fisherman's memorial, I think, which has been put up there.
Yes.
But that's all gone ahead and that's fine.
Okay,
Yes.
right, next story then.
Hospital parking nightmare for Scartho residents in the Grimsby Telegraph.
Okay.
And we've been filming there a couple of times, and I can sympathise with these people that it's an absolute nightmare to park in that car park, and you end up parking 10 minutes down the road and walking.
So these are people that are clearly visiting patients in the hospital
yeah.
that are obviously now taken to parking in the streets.
Residents have raised concerns over the clogged car parks and the vehicles that haven't been able to get through.
I think we're going to investigate that story as well.
Are you?
We are. You might be. Right, unfortunately, Dan, that is all we've got time for. And I know you didn't get your UFOs in there, but I'm sure you will another day.
Another day.
Another
Maybe.
day. And now it's time for the sports news.
Hull City have gone up to second place in the Championship after a 2-1 victory against Fulham last night at the KC. Ahmed El Mohammadi gave the home side the lead in the 34th minute with a goal from Fulham's Tom Kearney in the 69th. Sonia Luca then scored a late winner for the Tigers late on. Scunthorpe United suffered a 3-0 defeat to Wigan in League One. It started off badly for the Iron after Wigan's Will Grigg converted a penalty only 3 minutes in. That was followed by goals in the 27th minute by Donovan Daniels and Craig Davis in the 70th. Wigan rose to 11th place in League One after the victory, while Scunthorpe fell to 15th. Grimsby Town boss Paul Hurst has confirmed that Scott Brown will undergo surgery due to discomfort caused by a piece of floating bone in his ankle. It's unknown at this point how long Brown will be out for. Hurst also commented that because of Brown being sidelined, searching for a brand new midfielder was now a priority. And Louth Superbike rider Peter Hickman is building up to his race on his home circuit this weekend. The British Superbike Championships return to Cadwell Park, and the pressure will be on Hickman to perform, as is last year, where he managed to emerge victorious on the circuit, which marked his first win in the Superbike Championships. That's all for now. If you've got any sports news, then email us on sport@estuary.tv or call 01472 31553 or find us on Facebook or Twitter. And that's all for the sport.
That's it tonight. Thank you to my guest Peggy Elliott, and that fun day is happening this Sunday 12 till 4 at the Bishop Edward Centre next to Wingate Parade in Grimsby. If you've a news story for us, then contact us our usual ways, either through social media or email, or pick up the phone and call us. Until tomorrow, good night.
Hello and welcome to Estuary TV's weather. Friday will be generally cloudy, patchy rain and sunny spells with highs of 24 degrees. Unsettled on Saturday with rain or showers likely.